Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ed Greer, Dean of the VCU School of Business, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Fall 2020 School of Business Commencement Ceremony. We are here to celebrate you, our graduating class of 2020. We are proud of you and the work and dedication that has brought you to this moment, especially during these challenging and uncertain times. Now it's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Melina Davis. Melina is the Chief Executive Officer and EVP of the Medical Society of Virginia, the professional organization for physicians in the Commonwealth. She's a public health executive with expertise in leadership, innovation, business, as well as experienced community and health advocate. Over the past 20 years, Melina has become a thought leader and strategist in the nonprofit industry with executive expertise in management, technology, marketing, engagement, and strategic partnerships. Melina is known for her entrepreneurial approach with the ability to motivate, stimulate creative activity, and deliver impactful results. To date, she's raised more than $110 million for health and human services. As a result of her commitment to change and community growth, Melina was selected as one of Richmond's top 40 under 40 by Inside Business in 2002, Richmond's Magazine 20 People to Watch in 2009, and Virginia Business 30 People on the Move in 2013. She also serves on several boards: Virginia Credit Union, the Medical Society of Virginia Insurance Agency, the Medical Society of Virginia Foundation, and probably the most important board of all, Virginia Commonwealth University School of Business Foundation. Melina earned her bachelor's degree from the University of South Carolina in International Studies and her MBA from Virginia Commonwealth University. Please welcome Melina Davis.
Thank you, Ed. I appreciate that, Dean. Welcome to the end of 2020. I know we're all thrilled to be here, and I think we're all hoping that 2021 is not quite as disruptive. We're all certainly in an odd place, and we all had to learn to do things differently or things we never expected. It's been a tough point in our life, but only a point. It doesn't define our whole lives. It only required that we pivot. One thing I've learned along the way is that a pivot is a matter of degree, not a complete abandonment of your goals. Just before I finished undergrad, I got engaged to be married. I was an international studies major. I planned to work in the Foreign Service. I'd already spent years in Asia working and studied Japanese for 5 years. I excitedly shared my news about my engagement with Blake, my friend and lead competitor on the Asia track. Rather than offer congratulations, he extolled, "Well, your career is over. You will never be a Foreign Service leader now. You've given it all up for marriage. You'll have to make too many compromises to ever be great in the field." As harsh as this was, he did believe in me and he was advocating for me in an odd way. He thought he knew me and what I wanted. Turns out, only I know myself really. This was a pivotal moment for me in my journey. I knew then I wanted to have an impact in my professional life, but I also wanted a fulfilling personal life. So what does this mean for you? First, I recommend you go through life with clear goals, goals that align with your vision for the next part of your path. Be brutally honest with yourself and evaluate your mission in life, not just your career. Put the time needed into ensuring your new vision and goals are the right ones for you. Pivoting certainly has been a theme throughout my life. I guarantee it will be for you too. You may find yourself wondering, when is it time to pivot? Learn to ask yourself some key questions. Have I hit a plateau in my growth or momentum? Is one of my skills really paying off, but others aren't? Have I learned something significant or changed my perspective? Doubt can be heavy when you're questioning yourself. Doubt certainly haunted me before I made big changes. When you know it's time, make a decision and make a plan. Do it sooner rather than later, but don't be reactive. Secondly, build from the work you've already done. Redirect all that you've gained along the way. There's some really good stuff in there. It doesn't have to be about starting from scratch. You'll find and may already have that life teaches you things along the way that will be more significant later. Trust that you're in a building, that you're building a reserve to pull from and use during a pivot. Next, ask for input from people you trust and ask for help from anyone you think knows something about your new mission. This is really hard, but it is key to anything I've ever accomplished. It requires being comfortable with vulnerability, and that is a hard thing in life. But people like to help and share insights. Of course, it's important to choose the right people to seek advice from. Just last week, I called a former CEO of a regional bank who I hadn't spoken to in 20 years. He was a volunteer at a nonprofit I worked at during my 20s. I was dealing with a challenge in my role as a volunteer chairman of a project. I knew he had insights and information that I was lacking and needed in order to solve this current community issue. He picked up his phone when I called and let me ask him for help, even though he hadn't talked to me in so long. Don't be shy, but be polite. Just ask. These special people will become invested in your success, and many will stay with you along the way. Importantly, make sure your new path is one that leads you to growth. It's vital that you hold yourself accountable on this one. Growth sounds wonderful, but it does require change. And change is a very scary word. As humans, we're conditioned to maintain the status quo. Through change, there's a chance you will hit roadblocks along the way, even stumble. I certainly have. Man, is this hard, especially as others witness it. However, this is how you grow. Getting up, learning what you don't know, trying something you're not good at yet, growing through what you go through. Over my career in life, I made several significant pivots. Each time I made the decision to do so, I was motivated by something different. The first time was fed by passion and having an impact. The second was during the Great Recession, and the whole world was unsure of what was next. However, the uncertainty of those times gave me the freedom to jump into a startup, something I'd been wanting to do for almost a decade. The third time was about bringing my nonprofit and business backgrounds together. Now I run 5 companies, 3 nonprofits, and 2 for-profits, all focused on making Virginia the best place to practice medicine and receive care. The world will continue to throw things at you to overcome. Some are the scope and the size of a great pandemic, or a great recession, or even a war, as other generations have experienced. The truth is that even smaller challenges require these same skills to overcome, redirect, and meet your goals. Just remember, you can do this. Focus on your goals and life mission, updating them as you learn. Build on the work that you've done and things you've learned. Your perspective and your relationships will be among the most important treasures you will accumulate. Don't forget, you have to get comfortable being vulnerable and ask for help. And finally, be brave enough to grow and, yes, to pivot to meet what life throws your way. If you can handle 2020, you can handle anything. You are strong. You have been forged in fire. And I say, look out, world, for the class of 2020.
Great, Melina.
Thank you.
Thank you for those excellent and timely remarks. You know, Melina, I've known you for some time, but I always learn something different. It inspires me. I didn't realize you stayed in Japan. So did I. So super last year on that last remarks that you made. And thank you again for giving those great remarks to our graduates.
Thank you. Good luck, everybody.
Thank you, Melina. We'll see you at the next board meeting. Graduates, you know, this is really your day, and your presence here today is evidence that you have met the challenges necessary to obtain a degree at the VCU School of Business. Our school and its curricula are accredited by AACSB International, the premier accrediting body for business education. Fewer than 5% of business programs worldwide have this distinction. In addition, our undergraduate information systems program is accredited by ABET, the accrediting board for engineering and technology. VCU is one of the select number of schools across the country that has this distinction. Your degree is a validation that you have both the ability and the motivation to master a rigorous academic program. Let's see, but before we get started with the individual recognition of graduates, please join me in recognizing those graduates who have demonstrated outstanding scholastic achievement. First, we recognize the graduates who have been selected to membership in 2 honor societies, Phi Kappa Phi and Beta Gamma Sigma. Election to these organizations requires students to be in the top 10% of their class. Congratulations to all our Phi Kappa Phi and Beta Gamma Sigma members. Undergraduate degree qualifies for Latin honors based on their grade point average. To obtain cum laude status, a student must have a minimum of 3.3 GPA. For magna cum laude, a minimum of 3.6, and summa cum laude, a minimum of 3.9. Congratulations to all our students who have received Latin honors. VCU business competition teams represent our university in competitions with the best and the brightest students across the USA. And even better, many of our teams win. So I would like to congratulate all our students who have participated in these competitions. Upon graduation from the VCU School of Business, you will become a member of the VCU Business Alumni Society, joining more than 34,000 VCU business graduates that have gone before you. The Alumni Society takes pride in your success and is dedicated to building powerful connections for students and alums throughout their careers. Now, I would like to introduce Dr. Shannon Mitchell, the Associate Dean for Undergraduate Studies, to recognize our candidates for Bachelor of Science and Post-Baccalaureate undergraduate certificates.
Thank you, Dean Greer. I'd like to recognize the candidates for the Bachelor of Science, the Post-Baccalaureate Undergraduate Certificate Program, the in Accounting, the Post-Baccalaureate Undergraduate Certificate Program in Information Systems, and the Undergraduate Baccalaureate Certificates in Venture Creation and Product Innovation. Abdul Ahad Abbasi. Baha Eddin Abul Hosn, Malik I. Abu Fadel, Abigail Owusu Achampuna, Oluseyin Ayudeji Adegoroya, Syed Wakas Asan, Vijaya Al-Nani, cum laude, Matt Arkarsu, cum laude, Tamina Akbar, George Kobla Kafui Akpakli Jr., Hamad Al-Ghanaiman, Khadija Abdullah Al-Ali, Haseen Al-Ali Al-Haddad, Hassan Nasser Al-Hashim, Kashif Ali, cum laude, Maria Ali, Muhammad Nasser Ali, Suleiman Khalifa Al-Khalifa, Abdullah Ali Al-Kubayisi, cum laude, Alan Spotswood Alner, Majed Salah Almari, Tamer Al-Musliam, Jonathan Alphonse, cum laude, Blanca Alvarez Martinez, Bilal Amjad, Pa Kao A Amoa, Sadikia Amonu, Zachary Jason Legaspi Amores, magna cum laude, Yosung An, Elena Victoria Anderson, magna cum laude, Ryan Cole Anderson, Mark Anthony Antizina, Ivana Noel O. Apareo, Nemer Taser Ara Miin, Divyanshu Aurora, Shahrukh Arshad, Emmanuel Uskadom, Nadia Ashuri, magna cum laude, Robert Kenneth Obuchon, Kasra Banis Fahani, magna cum laude, Jonathan J. Bearcat, Keshabi Barrel, Jeffrey M. Barnhouse, Mar Victor Barul IV, Ayam Bastola, Alonzo Baylor II, Kayla Marie Beal, Orlando Beal Jr., Kimberly Rose Badowski Arellano, Surafel Beniam, Caleb Michael Bennett, David A. Berdish, Olivia Louise Hope Berghus, Laura Ann Black, Charles Michael Blaha, Andrew Asara Bokia, Melanie Bonner. Jessica Both. William Jefferson Brew, Jr. Ethan Orion Brewer. Lamicah Brown Jordan. Parker Allen Bruce. Mallory Bullock, summa cum laude. Ruji Torador Bundu. Rashima Monteith Star Virgo. Erica Yvonne Burson. Michael D. Burton. Jordan William Bushing. Jonathan Campbell, summa cum laude. Tawana Vanessa Carter. Joshua Casey, cum laude. Felix James Castro. Shantish Leasia Catton. Kevin Jude Caulfield, Jr., magna cum laude. Caitlin Arroyas Cayetano. Stover Coleman Chafin. Anthony Singh Chan. Andrew Minjae Chang. Tyler Chang. Yizhu Chen. Nipun Chabra. Anya Kobe Chinyavang. Daruni Chitsantiwarak. Ashley Cavijo. Kayla Diane Cleveland. Samantha Colandria. Sabrika Cole. Michael Wayne Compton, cum laude. James Calvin Cooper. Laura Grace Cooper. Jason K. Coveney. Jessica Marie Cox. Ian Crovella, cum laude. Christopher Raymond Cruz. Malik Naquan Cypress. Devin Davis. Robert Blackman Davis, magna cum laude. Logan T. Dawkins, cum laude. Caleb Jordan Dawson. Igor C. de Oliveira, magna cum laude. Stephen DeLong. Andrew Hanson Dempsey. Melissa Denisco Morisi, summa cum laude. Sheil Pingal Desai, cum laude. Biagio John Di Simone, cum laude. Joseph Edward Dingman. Kaylee Kenneth Dodson. Elsie Jinli Dong, cum laude. Neil Nimish Doshi. Ian Charles Drennan. Nassim Dries. Elizabeth Pauline Duff. Lucas Dupuis. Timothy Allen Duran. Seneca Durfee, cum laude. Maya Akins, magna cum laude. Malik Fravant Edmonds. Brian M. Edwards. Nicholas I. Edwards, magna cum laude. Michael Joseph Elliott. Nicole Page Elliott. Noah Braden Engel. Fernando Aroa Garcia. Brian Evans. Corey Allen Everett. Elgali Farik. Faria Feyrouge. Peter Conrad Adegboyega Faletti. Stephen M. Fan. Yuchain Fan. Jennifer P. Ferguson. Guadalupe Fernandez Alvarez. Hassan Malik Fields. Damian Thomas Floyd II. Kenyatta Morquise Folly. Sadiq McCrae Ford, summa cum laude. Edward Fu. Miriam Guisel Fuentes. Thomas Edward Fuller. Carlin Alexandra Gamble. Katya Garcia. Justin Luke Jignack, magna cum laude. Caber A. Gill. Yohali Gonzalez Escalera, magna cum laude. Chaz Jr. Goodman. Declan Thomas Goodwin, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Gore. Matthew Edwin Graves. Jessica Maribel Guevara. Annie Guo. Kyla Selena Guzman Canas. Dustin Hall. Afan Hamid. Bonita T. Harlow, magna cum laude. Zachary Harrell. Pamela Renee Harris. Kasim Abdullah Hassan, magna cum laude. Kevin Edgardo Hernandez, cum laude. Zachary Stephen Height. John Wilson Honeycutt. Adib Hossain. Timothy Savage Houghton. Mohammed Huli. Sarah Elizabeth Houston, cum laude. Drew Howell. Mickey Huang. Marguerite Hudson, magna cum laude. Sarah Ann Huffman, magna cum laude. Imani Hughes. Anthony Hewless. Brandon Oliver Hutchinson. Brianna Marie Jackson Bundy, magna cum laude. Rujeen Jafari. Rashika Jain. Travis Jasper. Johannes Jamere. Kiana Johnson. Olivia Pearl Johnson. Richelieu Obed Johnson. Tierra Johnson, cum laude. Zoe Mae Johnston, magna cum laude. Cameron Jones. Joseph J. Young. Haley Kaczynski, magna cum laude. Santa Cadell. Ki Jo Kang. Elise Marie Karcher, cum laude. Ankitpreet Kaur, cum laude. Connor Hill Kavanaugh. Sanel Karanevich. Mewish Khan. Sydney J. Khoury. Nathan Kim, cum laude. Erica J. Kinder. Harrison M. King. Sachami Kirk. Mohamed Abed Kirish. Aaron Click, magna cum laude. Bintu Kofi. Christina Kualia. Sonika Rajesh Kulkarni. Nick Laban. Deja Lang, cum laude. Christopher Warner Larrabee. Eric A. Latiolis. Patrick Evan Lawless. Sofia Teresa Lascano. An T. Lee. Caitlin Lee, summa cum laude. Vin Din Win Lee. Tiffany Kelsey Leva. Michael J. Lessive. Kevin Lynn. Haley Tracy Loftertune, cum laude. Charles Lowe, cum laude. Michael Victor Lowry II. Sean Vin Tran Lee. Margaret M. Leiden. Arafi Mushtashfi Manser. Jared Maran. Zachary David Marshall. Demaya M. Martin. Quintez Mason, cum laude. Sarah Boro, cum laude. Christopher Neal McCann. Tecker Terrence McLeod. Thomas James McCown. Shannon Lee McDowell. Matthew Edward McGuigan. Nicole McKinney. Abraham McConan. Walter A. Meza. Ross J. Miller. Justine Monet Milner. Carleo E. Mitolo. Noah Abdirashid Mohammed. Hanan Mohammed. Komal Kaur Makha. Andrea Camille Mariano Montemayor. Mackenzie Austin Moore. Josh Alexandra Moresi. Nicholas Andreas Nadalski. Faith Haley Nauman. Nicholas Nethery, cum laude. Ibrahim S. Mohammed Nebarai. Justin Nedwick. Caleb Nagusi. Martin Lucas Nyo, magna cum laude. Dylan Nguyen. Elizabeth Tuong Yang Nguyen. Hill Gwynn, cum laude. Justin Quang Nguyen. Phuc Wong Nguyen, cum laude. Victoria Nguyen. Jaleel Nickens, magna cum laude. Himaja Chowdhury Nimagata. Kevin Aras Norizada, cum laude. Wycliffe Marenga Nyanjena. Stephen Robert Oakes. Armin Oberdovats. Eva Akam Odum. Rita Tolulope Ogunlade. Carolyn Marie Olenek. Jocelyn Oyarves Rada. Wayne S. Ambura. Fred G. Oropeza Huerta. Estuardo Palma. Esron Nicholas Palmer, cum laude. Roshni Parikh. Alicia Patel, magna cum laude. Mayank Patel. Shivang Patel. Baipul Paudel. Hassan Reza Pekar. Stacia Lavette Perry. Justin Carey Petzer. Feilong Huat. Anvu Fan. Grant David Phillips. Shane Phillips, cum laude. John Pina Caamano, cum laude. Justin L. Pines. Jacqueline Eleno Portillo Palacios. Animesh Pudyal. Ethan C. B. Powell. Teresa Amira Koratum. Amira Raman. Santosh Rajani. Jessica Christina Ramirez. Casey Michelle Ropley Thomas. Nicholas S. Reardon. Adam Liguez Redmond. Daphne E. Relvas Veliadis. Erin Kate Rinker. Charlotte Louise Roberson. Tanisha S. Roberson. Tamara Ikea Roberts. Corey Joseph Rogers, cum laude. Josephine Grace Woodleaf Roebuck, cum laude. Jalan J. Ross. Pamela Stephanie Rubinos, cum laude. Jose Michael Rubio. Ray A. Sagastume. Muna R. Salah. Miguel Adrian Salas. Mehmed Salkits. Benjamin Allen Coy Salter. Mina Samwell. Marcus Sanchez Johnson. Bhavik Nitin Sanghavi. Frankly Raphael Santana Jr. Sarah M. Scarborough. Cade Schreiber. Austin T. Shue. Alex James Seidnitzer, magna cum laude. Eric Harold Seigel. Yordi Selma Jr. Nicholas Robert Senecal. Minelli Senaviratne. J. Bhupendra Shah. Priyaj Shah. Zixuan Shao. Amaprakash P. Singh. Mankirat Singh, magna cum laude. Manvir Singh. Parmjeet Singh. Anthony Sledge. William Slutza, magna cum laude. Brent William Smith. Carter J. Solis. Natnail A. Solomon. Varia Antonina Soifer. Allison Noel Squibbs. Django C. Sterling. Daniel Robert Stothoff. Amanda Lee Sullivan, cum laude. Katarina Svera, summa cum laude. Olivia Deshwana Sweeney. Mary Lynn Swift, cum laude. Eden Taheri. Deja Janae Taylor, summa cum laude. John Arthur Thomason. Kendall Thompson Jr., magna cum laude. Tremaine L. Thompson. Alex K. Thorpe. Anfang T. Tran. Luke Sebastian Trong. Elizabeth Carolyn Tucker. Miles Turner. Isaiah Michael Tyler. Kina Upreti. Tika Upreti. Elizabeth N. Upton, cum laude. Jacob Michael Urban. Morgan Utrick. Devi Vedadi. Zane M. Valiani. Sylvia Stella Verdicchio. Colin Ryan Versaw. Michael Viola, summa cum laude. Andrew John Wacker. Elizabeth Lee Wade, cum laude. Federico Grant Waldron II. Alexandra Payton Walker. Jeffrey Allen Walker, cum laude. Jordan Nicholas Walker. Suyuan Wang. Matthew Thomas Ward. Justin Andrew Washington, magna cum laude. Andrea J. Watwood. Maya Weber. William Joseph Weitz. Najia Yasmin Westry. Spencer White. Ayana Williams. Joshua Williams. Kalia Tishawn Williams. Riley Deacon Williams. Akeem Wilson. Alex Woods, cum laude. Gregory Lloyd Woody. David Faraday Workney. Solomon Workney. Solomon Workney, magna cum laude. Irfan Yaqub Abral. Kieran Hyder Zaidi. Michaela Zelalem. Farun Zhang. Dekulra T. Zingone, magna cum laude. Anya Zubar, cum laude. Brianna Lee Zuckerman. Graduates, I wish you continued success and happiness.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Mitchell. Excellent job as always. And now I would like to introduce Dr. Jana McQuaid, Assistant Dean of Graduate Studies, to recognize the candidates for graduate certificates and master's degrees.
Thank you, Dean Greer. I would like to recognize candidates for the following graduate degree programs: Graduate Certificate, Master of Accountancy, Master of Business Administration, Master of Decision Analytics, Master of Science in Business, Master of Science in Information Systems, Master of Product Innovation, Master of Sport Leadership, Master of Supply Chain Management, and Doctorate of Philosophy in Business. Husnain Ahmed. Rawan Abdullah Al-Machina. Nicholas Amuna. Samson Armusir. Peter Erminio Antonetti. Nania Anim Apia. Anthony G. Balsamo. Elliot Mitchell Barnett. Kelly Christian Barney. Nabil Nael Barkawi. Mark Bauer. Cody Ryan Bell. William Simmons Bellows. Septimus Boshoff. Isabella Braga. Antoinette Felicia Burton Braxton. Bradley Hartford John Brookins. Miles Quentin Brown. Maymuna Renee Bruce Uzel. Megan Elizabeth Bryant. Rachel Bouguet. Madison Brever Burns. Zena Bird. Sierra Calhoun Pollard. Walter A. Camacho. Dominic Lewis Capicelli. Mary Carbonneau. Benjamin T. Carter. Rosette Joycelyn Cesar. Ankita Chidara. Nicholas G. Cacholo. Corinne Young Clasby. Rebecca Collin. Christina Paez Cundiff. Kelsey Cute. Evan D. Davis. Jamie Alyssa Dompier. Margaret S. Edwards. Brittany Nicole Ellis. Richard M. Espayette. Tucker Wiley Evans. Nicholas W.L. Everett. Jason Anthony Farnath. Justin Fedoric. Sean Fessenden. Gina Marie Fischetti. Caitlin Maria Flores. Samuel Marcus Frankfurt. Eric Christopher Frund. Tyrone Lamont Fry Jr. Adam Benjamin Gaynor. Benjamin Gardner. Jasmine Samantha Gordon. Genshin Guo. Mary Hagopian. Isaiah James Harvin. Fisnik T. Hassani. Dylan R. Hendrickson. Amy Herzing Hay. Kenzie Allen Higarita. Morgan S. Hoff. Harry William Holtzclaw. Alexis Carol Howitt. Jalen Jackson. Amna Ikram. Ata Isakovich, Danny Jabato, Pauline Jeanette Jankowski, Matthew Thomas Jarzin, Carlos David Jimenez Morales, Rachel Ann Johnson, Brett Bailey Jones, Christopher Jones, Nathaniel William Jones, George Kelly, Rafa Chiari, John Patrick Kilroy, Caitlin May Keishel, Colin Thomas Klimowski, Jonathan Thomas Kodadek, Danielle Elizabeth Corner, David Kraft, Daniel Scott LaChance, Timothy Sean Ladwig, Teresa Ann Lang, Arnold Lauhakan Chanasiri, Lauren Ann Lemieux, John Edward Less Jr., Bailey Ray Lien, Eugene Wade Lilywood III, Ebo Liu, Bradford R. Lowry, Matthew Gray McDonald, Annie E. Malecki, Joshua Douglas Malaber, Alexis Janae Mallory, Kulaiselvi Marinorkur Kumar, Christina Marino, Rebecca P. Matach, Dana Michelle Mayo, Michael McCautry, Ryan Edward McTavish, Nicole P. Meter, Gregory James Meinweiser, William Jarrett Mustaine, Christina Grace Nally, Morgan Ray Newton, Dai Vo Nguyen, Douglas Nover, Ashley Michael Nussbaum, Patrick O'Hare, Benjamin M. O'Keefe, Bridge Hasmukbai Padadia, Nicholas C. Fab, Adarsh Rishi Ramakrishnan, Georgina Rayo. Andrew Morris Rhodes. Anthony Scott Rigg. Marissa K. Robinson. Adam J. Rolick. Shantae L. Rose. Taylor Dylan Roy. Faitha Marie Schrader. Jeffrey Scott Setian. Zitong Sheng. Cynthia Ann Scala. Melanie Leanne Smith. Jeffrey St. Germain. Jeffrey M. Zapersky Jr. Michael Warren Talley. Joseph Ralston Teichman. Rachel Shaw Thompson. Diane Cedarberg Tidwell. Michelle L. Tingler. Aaron Trapp. Matthew James Turner. Kyle J. Wade. Philip Scott Waylerko Jr. Peter Walls. Ryan J. Walters. Diamond Joyce Welton Boxley. Joshua Lee Wanger. Clarissa K. White. Jason L. Williams. Jasmine Samira Wise. Nathan Theodore Wise. Zachary Temple Wolf. Yusheng Jia. Zhirong Li. Again, congratulations to all of our graduates from everyone in the School of Business.
All right. Thank you, Dr. McQuaid. Excellent job. On behalf of our entire faculty and staff, congratulations. Now, as official graduates of the VCU School of Business, please stay in touch with us. This will allow us to continue to celebrate your career and life accomplishments today and into the future. Be especially proud of your VCU business degree. It is held in high esteem and you have worked hard to earn it. Again, I would like to thank the family and friends of our graduates for joining us in today's celebration. We salute you, the class of 2020. Congratulations.